And good morning, YouTube. It is Independence Day, July 4th, 2022. Um, it's a Monday, 11:07 a.m. And I'm feeling pretty independent. Girlfriend, so-called girlfriend, not home. Hasn't been home since I got home from Amazon. I feel like I got home at about 6:15-ish, more or less. It's kind of late leaving the building, just sort of socializing with actually talking to one of my supervisors in the I did totes again last night, by the way. Loved it. That department is just embracing me. Apparently, in less than 3 shifts, less than 3 full shifts, I've become one of the fastest, most efficient persons at doing the totes, and they're thrilled to have me there. So, I do worry about who's handling the wooden pallets and inbound, but I'm sure they'll sort it out. Anyway, so what are we looking at right here? It's a pair of black women's leggings. They smell like perfume. When I got home, these were laying pretty much right there on my bed. So not quite sure what to think about that. Obviously, Priscilla put them there. She definitely has been home since, oh my God, I better make sure I got my key on me. Hey, Cookies. It's my neighbor's dog. He's so cute. Oh, you're all wet. I'm not playing with wet dog. He is too wet for me to play with him.
Yeah, bro, he's a little wet, but he's not, dude.
He'll dry out in no time. It's hot out here. Oh, normally I always play with that neighbor's dog, but I'm not down. No, not feeling like playing with a wet dog. Normally I chat with that guy quite a bit. He's really cool, but I don't want to unintentionally get him on a video, and I don't feel like stopping this one because I kind of got a lot to get out now. And this is going to take some interesting turns, so please bear with me. It's not going to be all about, oh, my girlfriend is some other guy, because, she is, but, that's not what this video, that is really not ultimately what this video is going to be about. And yes, I'm walking, because I'm thinking for the subject matter of this video, it will be best to walk. Anyway, I'll get to that. First, I do want to talk about what happens with the girlfriend. Although now I'm wishing I just stopped the video and chatted with the neighbor, because I don't think I've really talked to him about what's going on since I've become a forklift operator, and I think he'd kind of dig that. It's worth mentioning, because about a year ago-ish, about as recent as 5 months ago, 6 months ago, I was going through some extremely tough times and was talking to him about it, just how I couldn't really seem to get enough karaoke gigs to make ends meet, and just couldn't, didn't really have any leads on any good jobs. Now he does apartment complex maintenance. I'm not sure which complex he's working at. When he first moved into the unit right next to me, and by the way, he's not the neighbor that I mentioned that I ran into at Wander Inn on Saturday night. That was a completely different neighbor, not a next door neighbor, but a neighbor of mine actually lives a couple blocks down. That was my next door neighbor who y'all heard, and whose dog was really excited to see me, and also really gross and wet. Cookies is a beautiful dog. He's about 2 years old now, so kind of getting a little older now. But boy, was he was a handful when he was a puppy. He actually paid me a couple of nights when he was a puppy to dog sit him. Because he had to, I guess he was going to some kind of classes to learn certain skills for work, and then his wife was gone or whatever, and he's like, "Hey, I'll pay you a little bit to watch Cookies." I'm like, "Gladly." I mean, I would have watched Cookies for free. Cookies is a fun. I'm not even a dog person, but yeah, Cookies is a fun dog. Anyway, we're that is not what I was going to talk about. I just got totally sidetracked here. Ooh, it is toasty out today. Of course, I'm wearing my flip flops. I'm wearing some full jeans. I got a tank top on. One that came from. I don't know if you all saw the vlog where I was talking about inadvertently stealing somebody's laundry, but yeah, this tank top came from that. It was too cool. I had to keep it. Most of that stuff I already donated it in a clothing bin. I think I mentioned about that in a video as well. I was gonna drop it off. There used to be a clothing bin in front of the mental health clinic that's right behind right behind the QT there on Oak Street. And I was kind of shocked when I went there to see it wasn't there. So I guess they've just had too many homeless people messing with it and looting it, would be my guess. Anyway, which is fine. I found another bag rode around with me in the car for a couple of weeks, but I did find a bin for donating clothing at actually over near the Wander Inn. So dropped it there. Anyway, this was a keeper. It's red, white, and blue. Hey, it's July 4th. Got to wear some red, white, and blue. Kind of based on the American flag, kind of thing. But then it's got the Budweiser script going sideways in red, and then it's white stars on the blue field. So it's pretty cool. Kind of. Part of me is wanting to head over to the break room. Or not the break. I just gave away what I'm doing. I'm headed to the break room right now. I don't expect they're going to be open, but because they're never open this time of day. But yeah, I was thinking about heading to Bullock's, trying to get a double $2 breakfast, which ends up being a huge breakfast for $4. Although I know they have a dress code where they don't allow tank tops, but. So yeah, I'm semi on the payroll there, and probably bad form for me to show up and violate the dress code. But oh shit, look at this! That branch broke, and it's blocking the path that I used to take all the time. Well, that sucks. That sucks. Ah, damn. I know nobody's gonna be taking care of that anytime soon. So I guess I head over to the Old Crosscut Canal bike path. Doesn't look to be too flooded today. I love how they do have the signs here. Caution: sprinklers will be running at various times throughout each day from June 6th through July 18th to establish seed planted. I don't have a problem with sprinklers. I just hate how they have it to where the sprinklers also put water on the bike path, and they didn't really design this bike path in a way so water runs off of it. So as you can see, it pools on it. And I mean, they can design a road to do that. They can design a path to do that, but didn't make that effort with the path. So we get little spots like that, which are a breeding ground for mosquitoes and West Nile virus, which has been a problem in Phoenix and in some of the neighborhoods like this that have irrigation. And here we got some more standing water going there. So, and interesting, I haven't had really any problem with mosquitoes this year, but Priscilla mentioned that she's getting bit all the time. Like a week ago when we were still kind of talking, and she bought a bug zapper light, put it on top of the refrigerator. I'm like, I never noticed any mosquitoes, and but I hear it zap every now and then. It's not like nonstop, but I do hear it zapping every now and then, and she's like, well, they love me, they bite me, and she's diabetic, so I mean her blood sugar is going to be different than mine, so I'm imagining she probably puts out like a different scent and pheromones as a result of that, of having different sugars in her blood than I do, and that's apparently that's quite tasty for mosquitoes. So anyway, oh gosh, so yeah, when I headed out to Amazon yesterday, and was wondering what department I was going to work in. And as I said, I worked in outbound docks doing totes. I was back in the first zone that I worked in, where I'm doing, or the first area where I've got two loading workspaces. I think they're called corrals. I noticed some labels on them that I never noticed before. Oh yeah, we're watering the path. Damn it. I just hate how Phoenix can't seem to... directional sprinklers are a thing. Come on, City of Phoenix Parks Department, be better than this. Watering the bike path doesn't make for a usable bike path. And of course, there's no sidewalk up here. I mean, there's a sidewalk on the other side, but I ain't crossing the street. Guy's walking down there, he's gonna get rained on. And I'm pretty sure this is all gray water, so it's, yeah, don't walk in the poo water, dude. Gosh, where was I? Yeah, when I headed out for, well, actually, I didn't head out directly for Amazon. I headed out about 3 p.m. to do the Sunday afternoon karaoke over at Osbar, which of course doesn't, I had like one rum and Coke when I got there, and then that was it. I was just drinking Coca-Cola afterwards, because obviously you can't be operating a forklift with any kind of buzz whatsoever. It takes an insane amount of concentration, especially in that area where I was working this morning. Because man, it's really tight. In fact, I was talking to one of the other forklift operators about how how many dents and bends and stuff the safety guards have in that area. It's like someone was like, God, how do you hit it that hard and then like double down on it? Like, I don't know. I guess I've been lucky. I've heard a lot of bad stories about just people trying to be forklift operators and failing, and I seem to be doing really good at it. In fact, I saw one of the supervisors from Inbound, and she had commented, "Is like, this has just been such a great thing for you, being a pit driver. It seems like you just excel at it." I'm like, yeah, well, I'm good at operating stuff once I get the hang of it. And yeah, at this point, driving the forklift, it literally just feels like an extension of my own body 90% of the time. I'm not thinking about, hey, when I first started doing videos, in my vlogs, and mentioning what it was like to operate the forklift, and talking about how just how awkward it was for me that the steering wheel doesn't operate anything like a steering wheel, and it's just like this freewheeling crank that didn't seem to have it was just super awkward, and the whole, bring the joystick up to put the forks down, the joystick down to put the forks up, all just seem bass backwards to me. And if I think about it, it is bass backwards. It really is. But at this point, I've just gotten so accustomed to it that yeah, I don't, 90% of the time I don't really think. I think in my head of where I want to go and what I want to do, and my hands just dance over the controls, and I'm working in insanely tight spaces with lots of obstacles, and I've got to a point where I just do it at a really, really fast pace. I did dump over another pile of totes, so 3 shifts in a row, 3 piles of totes down, and that doesn't damage totes. Like, that's not a good thing to do with product, but obviously it's not a big deal with totes. But I have been warned, hey, they get a wild hair up your ass, they'll stop you from driving over drop totes. So far the 3 ways that I've done it have been 3 completely different ways of dumping them. The way I dumped it this time is when I was down stacking, I wasn't completely clear of the totes that I was down stacking them from, and as I brought the forks down, the corner of the stack underneath it flipped it off the forks, and it really it's not like the forks go in it like they do a wood pallet. It's just gravity that's holding. It's just gravity that holds the totes on the forklift. There's nothing, no. So yeah, it doesn't take much for them to just and they're a little top heavy, so it doesn't take much for them to flip right off. So that's unfortunately the other pit driver was like right next to me when it happened. He just came immediately and helped me flip it up, but he did kind of give me a warning. He's like, dude, you gotta not. Yeah, it's like the wrong people see you do that and you're done, and that would be a shame because you're really good at this. So that's anyway. I do want to talk more about Priscilla, but I have made it to the break room, and this is a spot where I've hosted karaoke. In fact, you go to my blog, my oh my lord, what the hell happened here? It's like somebody was trying to break the door down with a...
Hi there.
Hey, what's going on? What happened here?
Sorry?
You know what happened there? Looks like somebody's trying to break in with like a blowtorch or something.
No, I have no idea.
God,
Do you work here?
I used to work here about a year ago. I used to be the karaoke DJ here.
Oh,
Did you hear about the shooting on Saturday night?
yeah, that's what we were here, seeing if anybody knew the guy.
I didn't. I saw on the news that it was a security guard, but like they've pretty much, as far as I know, the only person that still works here from when I worked here about a year ago is one bartender.
Oh.
And she told me she's okay, but she's also, business is going to be bad there. I'm like, yeah, probably you should work on your other gigs.
Apparently there was an issue with a customer.
What I saw on the news was that the security guy wouldn't let him in, so probably he didn't have ID, or he wouldn't let him pat him down, because the security guys always pat people down here to make sure they're not coming in with a gun or anything like that. And he came back and shot the security guard, called the security guard. And then he got
shot himself.
And then he got shot as well. Yeah, that's what I heard. So, I did actually drive by here. I want to say maybe about 2:30 that night, and I was at the Wander Inn. Down. Do you remember the Wander Inn over there?
Vaguely.
It's not quite at 40th Street. I think it's at like 41st Place on the other side of McDowell. Nice little neighborhood dive. Mostly kind of an older. It's kind of an older mixed crowd, but it's a neighborhood bar. But I mean, almost everybody in there is like 40 plus, and shoot in the daytime it's like 55 plus. So pretty low key crowd. But I remember somebody coming in that night. I was over there singing karaoke, and I remember somebody. Cause I used to host I've been a karaoke host in this area a long time. I used to host here, and I hosted at Castaways down the street. The old Jugheads. I don't know if you remember Jugheads. I used to host for Jugheads as well. So anyway, so I was just there on my night off singing karaoke, having a good time, and a couple people was like, "Hey, heard something happened at the break room. There's all kinds of cops and shit at the break room." And then when I drove home at about 2:30-ish, there was police tape all around the property, and just.
It happened around 1:30.
Yeah, that's what I heard, but.
Is this typically like a neighborhood dive bar?
Yes and no. This used to be totally like a local neighborhood dive bar, and then the crowd started to kind of lean more and more black, and then it kind of started to attract like the younger black crowd from all over town, and then the demographic started to just kind of go younger and more thuggish. And I mean, that's why my karaoke show ended up pulling out of here. Because most of the people, like most of the crowd that I had here for karaoke was black, but they were 30 plus, 35 plus, 40 plus. Yeah, they're not here for any thugging or anything. They're just here to hang out with their friends and drink and sing, and then more of the type with the gangster clothes and the sagging pants, and it became more and more of that, and I would talk to some of the people that used to come in, and they're like, yeah, it just looks like some shit's gonna go down there. I'm not comfortable there anymore.
This is actually the second time I've covered a shooting.
Oh yeah, I remember there was the one that happened a few years ago. I was working here when that happened. Now I wasn't working here that night, but I was still the karaoke here at that time when that happened.
Well, how long ago was that? 5, 6 years?
Yeah, about 6 years. About 6 years. It was a different bar owner then. This bar has changed hands a few times since then.
Okay.
So it's a completely different owner at that time. It was owned by, oh shit, I don't want to get that wrong. It was. I'm trying to remember if it was owned by Paul or it was owned by John Norville. But yeah, it changed. This place changed owners a few times.
So the security guy that died, his name was Jordan Davis.
Yeah, I don't know him.
You know.
I said I just know one bartender that still works there. But I wonder who rolled up. Anyway, yeah, I just happened. I was working at. I used to do the karaoke at the Horse and Hound. I was working at the Horse and Hound that night, and but yeah, I lived like right up the street, and I drove by, and it was just like cops and everything. You work here?
No, I don't.
Oh.
I'm with the news too.
Oh, okay, good times.
Yeah, I didn't want to bring out a camera.
Yeah,
I can give you some.
Huh?
I can give you some.
With that face? Did you know any of these people? Or?
I didn't know. I used to work here, but I quit about a year ago. But I live down the road. I've been
Just
coming to this
came over
bar
to-
for a long time. Yeah, I just kind of came over to see if there was going to be a sign indicating they're going to be open or closed, or hell, I have expected to still see yellow tape up here.
So the website said they're closed today and tomorrow.
I'm sure they are.
Just walk over this way.
Well,
Bring it in. Just like.
are you reacting to what happened here?
No, I was just kind of shooting just a personal vlog. You know, I was the karaoke host. I've been the karaoke host here off and on for about 10 years, but I stopped hosting here about a year ago.
Wow.
Mostly due to the changing demographics of the bar.
Do you mind if I ask you a couple questions?
No, not at all.
Stay right there. I'll get the camera.
Okay. Cool. I guess I'm getting. Can I ask who you're with?
Tim.
Oh, Fox 10. Oh, right on. I saw the short video that you guys put up from the newscast yesterday. Yeah, I'm just a YouTube vlogger. I'm nobody. But I did used to host karaoke here, and one of the bartenders I used to work with, she still works here. She's a sweetheart. I'm just glad she's all right. I think I'm gonna wrap this up for now, but I'll resume it later and maybe post a link to Fox 10. Why not?